Hello everyone, it's Lisa from Epic Yarn Gems. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a pattern that I created. It's the interlacing slot scarf. I used single crochets in this, and just the placement is a little different, which makes the pattern, and it does make a nice texture. I did get this stitch from my 500 crochet stitch book, so here is another creation using one of those stitches. I'm also trying out a new microphone, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me. If the sound is not as crisp as normal, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you on that. But to get back to the pattern, the yarn that I used was the Loops and Thread Charisma, and it is machine washable and dryable. And I did use the 8mm hook as suggested by the packaging. The color of this is called Dragonfly, and I absolutely love these colors. So to start off, we will start with a slip knot. Do that however works best for you. And then what we're going to do is we are going to do chains in multiples of 2 plus 1. For this pattern, I did 21 stitches, and that made the width of the scarf right around 6.25 inches wide. The next row we're going to do is the first row, and you're going to do third chain from the hook, and you're going to do a single crochet. Then you are going to skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch you are going to do 2 single crochets. After that, you will skip that next stitch, and in the next one you will repeat and do 2 single crochets in that stitch. That is the pattern all the way across, and to be very honest, that is the pattern for the entire scarf. So once you have this, you're on your way. And when you have 2 stitches left, what you are going to do is you are going to skip a stitch, and then in the very last stitch you are going to do a single crochet. As we start row 2, we are going to start with a chain 2, and in the same area that you're in, that same stitch that you had done the chain 2, you are going to do a single crochet, and then you are going to do that skip stitch 2 single crochet pattern all the way across until you have two areas left. Actually, one of them is your chain, so you will skip your very last stitch, and then in the chain, which is the chain 2, you will put a single crochet in there. Now that is your repeat pattern all the way from rows 2 to row 45. For row 46, what you're going to do is you are going to do a chain 1, and then you'll do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. After that, you're going to do a chain of 14, and this is just a normal chain. Once you get those 14 chains done, you're going to skip the 14 stitches actually on the scarf, and then for the last 2 stitches you will put single crochets in both of those stitches, as well as including, make sure that you put one in the chain area like we've been doing all along. So as I was working on this, and once I got it done, the opening was nice, and it fit the other side of the scarf in, but what I didn't like is how it made the scarf bow a little bit. So I'm going to provide you another option to make the opening a little smaller. In this row 46, what you would do is you would do a chain 1, and then you would do single crochets in the next 4 stitches, chain 10, skip 10 stitches, and then do single crochets in the last 4 stitches. And you can see up in the corner there's a little picture of what that opening would look like if it were to be a little bit smaller. So let's move on to row 47, and for this row you are going to start with a chain 2 and turn your work. And then what we're going to do is we are just going to put single crochets in each of the stitches across. Now that includes the chain, so you are going to put a single crochet in each of those chains. Do that however works best for you. How I did it here was I went under 2 of the strands, and then there was a single strand on the bottom as I went across the chain. But however works best for you working into a chain, do that, and I'm sure it'll just turn out great. So after row 47, we're going back to our repeat that we had going on before. So for rows 48 through 173, you're just going to do a chain 2, turn your work, a single crochet, and then the repeat of skipping a stitch, 2 single crochets in the next stitch, all the way to the end, in which you have a skip stitch, and the last one is a single crochet, and then you just tie off your work. This doing the 143 rows made this scarf about 60 inches long. So once we are done, like I had said at the beginning, the width of this is right around 6 inches, 6 1/4, and the length of it is 60 inches long. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you are all staying safe. And as always, peace, love, and happiness. Take care.